everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over the Retro Spider-Man, the all-new all-different Spider-Man, and the Raft Spider-Man, as well as Hydro Man from Marvel Legends. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. So here's Retro Pizza Spider-Man. Let's check this guy out to see if it's really pizza time. The head sculpt is really nice. We've seen this Spider-Man head before. It looks really good though. The web lining is really awesome on it, as is the white on the eyes. The body looks good, a little bit anemic and thin by now for me. The spider symbol looks pretty cool up here though. The arms look really good. It's really awesome. I like the thinness of the legs as well as this little peg back here for a flight stand or something. And it just looks good. It's Spider-Man. The legs are alright. I'm not a big fan, honestly, of this coloring of this body. It's basically Spider-Man. The web lining is a little bit thinner than what I'm used to. Like a thicker, more space between the web lines, but it's fine by me, I guess. As far as accessories goes, he has one thwip hand and one wall-crawling hand. That's it, no fists. He comes with a slice of pizza, and it looks more like sausage to me. It isn't really that great of a pizza. I like the, design of it as far as the sculpting goes, but the paint itself leaves a lot to be desired for this. I do like how it contours into his hand. At least they gave him a way to eat the pizza. This is the unmasked head with a little bit of, mouth action, I guess, or nose action. It is the reverse 2020 mask, I would think, but it's still pretty cool. It has some nice sculpting here and there, and the paint is really good on it too. That smile is really great for him. He's just happy to get some pizza. Again, the web linings are pretty good on this, and it's a nice head sculpt. As far as articulation goes for this body mold, we have a head that goes around this far, back, forward. You can go up this far, down, all the way around. Butterfly joint goes forward and back. We have a bicep swivel up this far with the elbow. We get down, we get back and forward. We get a swivel and a hinge, a swivel and a hinge right over here. We get a swivel here, this far out, not that great. Up pretty far, back okay, up this far really nicely, and down swivel. No swivel down here, down and up, and then pivot with two pegos at the bottom of the feet. I am glad they're kind of retiring this body mold for Spider-Man. It's a little bit thin for me, and not really as articulated as everybody would want it to be. But it's a good figure nonetheless, with good accessories. And yeah, it's Spider-Man. He's evergreen. Here's the Raft Spider-Man, one of my favorite Spider-Men to ever happen, I guess. Let's take a look at him. Similar stuff as before, but I just like the colors more. The head sculpt is good. I don't use this on this figure though. The eyes are huge and weird, and they have that kind of like, furrowed brow, kind of mean look to it, and it's not really my kind of Spider-Man. The little spider symbol looks like an ant, which is pretty cool. I like this a lot. On the back, it looks similar, but a little bit different than the one we just, saw. It's a little bit fatter abdomen on the spider, but I just like the colors better on this one. It's darker and way nicer. My only issue is these hands are, that's it for the figure. It doesn't really come with any accessories or anything. It came in a big multi-pack for Comic-Con back in 2016. And yeah, we'll remedy that in a little bit with the hands. So the all-new, all-different Spider-Man, let's check this guy out and see if he's all new and all different. The head is pretty much the only all-new, all-different thing. It has a nice paint job on it. The lines are really good. I love those eyes. They're super cool. The teal moving towards the white is great and gives it a glowing feel, unlike this chest portion right over here. I'm just not a fan of that, or the symbol on the back. A lot of the lining on this figure isn't really that great either. It's just the same body mold, and it's kind of boring right now. There is one caveat that I really like about the figure though, and I'll go over that in a bit. The pins are horrible, the slant is just awful. I'm not a fan of all the angular lines on this guy. Yeah, it's just not that great to me. He does come with wall-crawling hands, though. You can swivel and then hinge them. They're actually really great. They look wonderful. The thwip hands are great. The lines are a bit angular on them, I'm noticing. You can swivel and then hinge. Again, they're the same kind of thwip hands we've been seeing all throughout Spider-Man's history. He also comes with a pair of fists. They're the same kind of fists we've seen before. They can swivel and then hinge. They're regular old Spider-Man fists that work really well for the character. He lastly comes with a Peter Parker head, and this is what makes this figure really sad to buy, because I have no interest in the figure, but I have every interest in the accessories. This Peter Parker head is wonderful, magnificent. The hair looks really nice and wonderful. The face looks great. This ear looks, and this ear looks really awesome too. I'm just really happy with this head sculpt. You can go back this far, forward this far. You get some swivel out of it. A little bit of head pivot, you know, Peter Parker there. It's just a great head sculpt on a figure that I have no interest in, as well as the hands are great too. That's what you need. 3 pairs of hands and an extra head for Spider-Man. Every Spider-Man figure should have that. The whip, web crawling, and fist. Really, Hasbro, step it up. The Retro Pizza Spider-Man body mold stands at about 6 inches tall or so. Next to the rest, it's all the same body mold, all the same height. I love the Raft one now, how I've given it the hands from the All New All Different, as well as the head from the All New All Different figure. It just looks wonderful. Sadly, the body for the All New All Different figure, as well as the hands and head from the Raft, I'll probably retire. Never been a fan of that head, and the hands I don't really need. Now with the new hands on that, the Retro Pizza Spider-Man body mold I will keep in my heart. It looks wonderful and really nice and classic. I use it for my Peter B. Parker, at least until a Peter B. Parker actually came around, so I'm glad about that. And also his Jesse Hecht Creative. Alright, now that you're taking me away, fine, I'll confess. It was I who did it! Me! All for that slice of pizza! That body mold was just so overused, and the paint was so bad, but the accessories were amazing. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. So here's Hydro Man. Let's take a look at this watery guy and check him out, shall we? This is the most, without a doubt, Willem Dafoe head I've ever seen in my entire life. It just looks like him. I mean, the profile and everything. I know this is supposed to be Morris Bench, but wow, they really outdid themselves with their Willem Dafoe likeness. It just looks awesome. I'm just very shocked. The hair looks great too. No real complaints here. I'm not sure why his shirt is shiny. Maybe it's all wet from all this water, but it's really neat. The arms are matte, which is kind of weird now that you think about it. And the arms are really translucent. They look awesome. I love how they look. They're really super cool looking, as well as this shirt. I think it's a Luke Cage body mold, which is pretty awesome. Leads out of the pants, which is pretty nice. The pants are normal, very just plain. I like how they look though. The shoes are good. They're like hiking boots. It's just really nice looking. There isn't really much sort of texture on the lower part of the pants, but the upper part of the pants is great. The back is fine, that little barcode there. But it's a nice body mold and works out really well, but these arms are just super big. As far as accessories goes, aside from his giant watery hands that don't really have an interchangeable parts, sadly, he comes with these clip-on sort of like water feet that are really cool. They look like he's conjuring a big puddle with his feet, but actually I think it is his legs, so it's kind of strange. They clip on very nicely and hold together really well. They don't look that great from the back, but they look good from the front. You can kind of see the water, you know, his little shoes glimmer through there, so that's pretty awesome. And they look kind of murky and muddy. It's a really nice effect. As far as articulation goes, with Hydro Man, the head goes back this far, forward this far. You get a swivel right over here, and a little bit of pivot for attitude. You can go up this far, down, all the way around. You get a swivel up here at the elbow, as well as a hinge that goes tiny bit up, tiny bit down. It isn't really that useful that much at all, sadly. You get a swivel at the wrist, and a down, and a up. And yeah, nothing more with the fingers. It's kind of loose for me for some reason. On the other side, it's slightly, marginally better, but not that much. Swivel, and then a hinge going down and up. You have to watch out for that. You can also take off the hands if you want to have him do some kind of cyclone arm thing, which is a pretty neat effect if you want to apply that. As far as his legs go, you can't really use his ankles that much with these on, so I'll take them off. You get a splits this much. You get interior that much. Up this far, down this far. All the way back is actually pretty nice, but not really that great. Swivel up here. No swivel down here. You get a down and up, and then you get an ankle pivot with 2 pegholes at the bottom of the feet and some nice treads on those boots. It is a really nice figure. I like the concept of this guy a lot, especially after seeing him in the Spider-Man animated series last year when I watched the whole thing. Really good figure, and I'm glad we have Hydro Man. He's awesome. Hydro Man stands at about 6¼ inches tall or so next to my Raft Spider-Man Kitbash, and they look good together. You know, I wish he was a tiny bit taller, you know, kind of like Sandman in a way, but I take what I can get in this case. And also here's Jesse Hecht Creative. I knew wearing my galoshes would come in handy. Galosh, galosh, galosh. Overall, these figures are pretty fun in a way. Posing this was actually pretty nice to do. and it's good to have a little action shot here. The 3 Spider-Men are fine, I guess. They're still pretty good as far as things are considered. If you want a more lithe Spider-Man and skinny, this is for you, this body mold. But as far as it goes, I'm kind of phasing it out in my collection and focusing on more sort of thicker Spider-Man. The Retro Spider-Man is really cool. He has the sort of sausage pizza and that head with the half-on mask, which is pretty nice. And he has a nice classic feel to him. All new, all different is just forgettable. I don't really care about him. I don't like him at all. Raft is more my speed. I love that stuff with the all new, all different accessories. You know, kitbashing is my thing. I love that. But yeah, it's just, you know, depending on the paint and depending on how he looks, Spider-Man is just, you know, you're good with him. Hydro Man is pretty cool. I like how you could change all his effects and stuff around, and the hands and the leg pieces. They just sell the figure really well. It looks awesome, and the body mold's a good reuse too, especially that head, which reminds me a lot of Willem Dafoe. But this is a nice little batch of figures and a pretty good review, in my opinion. So don't get washed up and get these Spider-Man if you want, or Hydro Man before they blow you away. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching and keep being creative. Stay tuned.